York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need?
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it with us.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Come on, let's go. At their own 24-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
56. Bring it. 280. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Shift. Watch the shift. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
On first down, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check 24. Check 24. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Here's Darnold. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a first down carry by Bell. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Kill, kill, kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Let's get off the field.
25, lady. Check 25.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you? He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Here we go. 180. Lock.
Cut. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Hey, gun.
I'm here all day. 54.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Mike's 5-4. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check the lady. Red lady.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, alert 3.
80 weapons.
56 right there. Red 80. Rip red 80. No. Off.
Hey, box drop. Check.
Red 80.
Check 13.
Darnold now to throw. Open man left side. That's the tight end, Herndon. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Dude, check 56. I got you. Shoot. Red 80. Dudes. Bullshit.
Now it's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
White 56.
On first down, Bell. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Darnold hitting his tight end, Herndon, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. The lady. Red 80. Small.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Here goes Hunt. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Come on, G! Watch out. Young lady. Check 24. Watch 24.
To throw is Darnold. Now it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get it.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, turn it out. Young lady. Mike 56.
Here's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. After the run, now Darnold to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So the scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down here after an interception on their opening drive led to a field goal. But all in all, you'd have to say fortunate to be only down 6.
Yeah, and you know how teams huddle on the sideline before they come out on the field in between series? Guaranteed what's said there is, guess what, guys? We take this ball, move it downfield, put it in the end zone, we're right back to even.
And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all.
Here we go.
A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Here we go. 180!
Check 50.
Set hunt!
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Red 80!
Mike 56.
Yeah, let's get set.
Now Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Darnold on first down. Bryant with a catch right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Yo, lady. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check, 56. Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day.
On second down now, it's Bell, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Darnold. He completes it to Bryant. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Darnold now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
What do you want? 56.
They're going to look to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
49, check 49.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. All day.
They'll look to throw here. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third-quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Switch. Watch twist. Watch. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
2nd and 10. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught inside the 30.
Robbie.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Come on, boys. 56. Check 56. All day, just like that. Just like that.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Lady. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the jet sweep, this is Bryant. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
56. It's our time. It's our time. Kill, lady. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Oh, lady. Hey, orbit.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
54. Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh. Right there, 54. Right there.
Garoppolo. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go, here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted.
Come on, man.
Instead, 2nd down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And his throw here is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Taking a shot for Samuel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May.
Ooh, the last 3 plays you've been around the ball, Marcus. Okay.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Kill, kill, kill. 080. Check hot route. 080. Hey, Delta.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson.
Come on.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Swing 3. 218. Jump.
On 1st down, it's Bell, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Mike 56. Hey, Haywood. We own them.
56. Mike 56. Right there, right there. 56.
Come on. You better. Lady. Switch it, switch it, switch it, switch it.
Here's Darnold. On the crossing route, complete. It's Bryant. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
56 is the mic. Switch up, switch up. Switch, switch, switch. Hey, I need one over here. I need one. Lady. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Shut up.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Again, it's Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Get him, boys. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Now Bell. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Darnold now to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is taken at his 4. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch the eye. Lady.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on to the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Hey, team 6, team 6.
56, right there, 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Undercut, 61, matchbox, lights.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 39-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He don't know no better. Young lady. 56. Bravo. 56. Check.
Darnold from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56, right there.
Hey, exit.
Pick me up. Here we go. 56 is the mic. 56 is the mic. Yeah. Hey, lady. Back.
Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Oh my, come on,
Critical
bro.
play in this football
Just say
game,
y'all
'cause
want
if
the
they
man to
pick up
come
the
back,
first here,
bro.
That clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out.
Man.
Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On the return is Pettis, and he's out right at the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 56 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are back within a single score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
No. Shit. He's checking. Lady. Crash.
Here's Darnold. Out right here to Herndon. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Go. Rush in. Hey, watch it.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And I think this defense knew what was coming
as
he is smothered behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
You're not getting the ball back, bro.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Good game, my guy.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Jets, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.